from Cron 4 San Francisco. Safety town hall gets heated in Oakland. And I wonder why. I mean, I haven't seen this video. I'm sure we're about to find out. But is it maybe because you guys are prioritizing LGBTQ, BBQ, CIA plus or whatever rights? Or maybe that you guys are prioritizing the perceived racism in the color of somebody's shoelaces? You are removing the steps that people try to take to safeten their neighborhood? Is that maybe why it got a little bit heated? Either way, my name's Eric. This channel is called Report and Opine. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm absolutely begging you.
I'm begging you, please. Come on, please.
Because it would help me a lot and cost you nothing. But if you wanted to help me even more and spend a little bit of money, you would buy my book, New York City 2020, Gotham Unglued on Amazon.com. That link will be in the description.
Safety was at the top of mind for dozens of Oakland residents tonight. They packed a church for their first community town.
Right, safety was at the top of mind for a lot of people in Oakland, but the political regime sure doesn't care. I mean, bro, a paving contracting crew got ran out of a neighborhood because an Oakland thug pointed a gun in his direction, and another one of the crew members was hit with a car, right? But you guys will go out of your way to remove the tires and roundabouts that neighbors install themselves, obviously saying that, well, the criminals are in charge here. In fact, we are part of the criminal regime. So, I mean, this is just through the roof, and you can't be curious as to why it got heated. I mean, I can't imagine. I don't know why anybody is still there, right? I mean, it's hard. I get it. It's hard. But, bro, you're literally putting your life in danger every day you stay in this weird business after business after business. Everybody's fleeing. And I don't know how many times I've said, you cannot do business largely in the entire state of California.
Like California's a loser state.
Hall with Oakland's new police chief. As Cron 4's Jack Mulmud shows us, there was...
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not going to stop this every other second, but Oakland's new police chief? Oh, you mean the one that was hired more than a year after, I was going to say Libby Schaaf, after Mayor Shang Tao fired the former Oakland police chief? I mean, it took her more than a year to bring somebody in who was going to capitulate to the regime, and then she got searched by the feds, which we haven't heard anything about lately, right? Oh, it was big news for 48 hours. Oh, Oakland Mayor Shang Tao house raided by the feds, but we don't know what her crime is, and we're not going to talk about it anymore. Then same thing happened to Eric Adams.
It was a heated debate.
We can't wait. We can't wait for people to get hurt and die before we do something.
Safety.
You literally did exactly that. You removed the chief of police because he was police misconduct, even though the misconduct is happening in the criminal sector all over the place. And that is, of course, what you tell. Well, this was misconduct. What? You let everybody suffer. You let businesses flee. And now you're saying, well, we have to stop this. We got to get out in front of this. It's too late.
Where our city has gone.
Gerald Sumler has called Oakland home for 70 years. He's no stranger to crimes in his community. He got his car stolen and now doesn't drive. This is the first time Gerald says he's seen Oakland's leadership like this, all in one room.
What do you want to hear?
Something positive and substantial, something that's going to really work.
Friday night, the city...
It's really not that difficult. It's not that complicated. You could hire competent police and let them do their job, right? You're trying to pretend like, well, we're not really sure what we're going to do about this. Well, bro, 911 doesn't even work. So you could start there. You could take baby steps and just...
I'm losing my patience.
The city of Oakland hosted the first of what's expected to be a series of community town halls. It also comes off a deadly week in the city. 5 people were killed in the last 7 days, with 2 of the deaths happening just 24 hours ago.
I'm a firm believer that if you want something done, you need to get up and do something.
Sheila Richardson lives in West Oakland and says this meeting is a long time coming.
You're not seeing the results like we're supposed to see. So a lot of frustration and hopelessness.
She wants to see that hope and action.
We know we can do better.
The city leaders took the opportunity to talk about the efforts of increasing police staffing, and Chief Floyd Mitchell touting that violent crime in Oakland is down by 15%. This was his first.
There's literally no way to quote unquote fact check that. And I can only assume that the crimes are down because people are not reporting them, or maybe they're trying to report them, but there's nobody at the dispatch center.
First community meeting since starting the job as Oakland's top cop.
Whether you want to believe me or not and shake your head, I am telling you, you are seeing a reduction.
Yep. So he knows. He literally knows. He's like, well, you don't have, or whether you want to believe me or not, it's happening. Just don't believe your lying eyes. Do not trust the reality you're living in. I'm telling you it's different, right? He knows. He got the talking point, and that's why Mayor Shangtao waited more than a year to find this creep.
But that reduction in crime was a point of contention.
I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing a reduction in crime.
Mary Merrick has lived in Oakland for 30 years. She wanted to see more of an open-style forum. Instead, the city took questions by written note only. Merrick says this led to no real debate.
Yeah, written note only. So you're going to jot your question down on a piece of paper. They're going to send it up front, read it, and decide whether they're going to answer the question or not. I mean, it's just through the roof.
It was too controlled, and it gave me no information.
Chief Floyd Mitchell says this meeting was critical. We asked him about the reduction in violent crime in the city and how most people that Cron 4 has interviewed say they just don't feel it.
If you are a victim of a crime, you don't really care what the numbers say. You have been victimized and you want that addressed. So I feel their frustration. But one of the metrics that a lot of communities measure their policing by is the numbers. So the numbers are what the numbers are.
And those numbers, Chief Mitchell says, will stand for themselves as they continue to build more community relationships. Now, the city of Oakland is planning more of these events to bring the police chief, fire chief, and other members of the city to the community and talk about what's happening. If you do want to attend any of those meetings, you are expected to RSVP online. Reporting here in Oakland, Jack Mulmud, Cron 4 News.
Now, tonight's meeting comes after 5 people were killed in Oakland over the last week. 2 of those deaths happened just last night in 2 separate shootings. The first shooting happened around 7 on Ney Avenue near Parker Community Resource Center. Police say a man was killed and several others were injured. Then around 11 p.m., another shooting was reported at Harry's Drive-In off MacArthur Boulevard. A man was also killed there. Police are still looking for suspects and motives.
So in the story, they talk about a handful of murders that occurred only hours before that meeting. And I think they're getting this messaging, right? Chief Mitchell or whatever, Shangtao, they're getting the messaging from the top down. It doesn't matter. Just tell them that crime is down, right? It does not matter the reality. They are not going to be able to fact check it. So just tell them 100 times over until they believe it. And if you don't, we're going to get rid of you. And maybe the quote unquote crime is down simply because you don't have a police force. 911 doesn't work. People are not reporting it.